Hi, I'm George Cox. Welcome to this edition of WestfordCAT News for Monday, January 12th, 2015. We hope you had a great new year. Coming up, the Westford Police Department received recognition, how to keep your skin looking fresh during the winter months, and highlights from the Neshoba Valley ski area. All this and so much more on this edition of WestfordCAT News. We start today's show with the Westford Police Department. They were named the Police Department of the Month for December by the Massachusetts chapter of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. WestfordCAT's Andrew Sylvia got to talk with representatives from the scene.
I'm here with David Diolis, the program manager for MAD Massachusetts. David, today the Westford Police Department's won an award from your organization. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. This award is our Police Department of the Month award. Every month, we review applications that we've gotten from departments all over the state. We select one and we recognize them with this award. It's a new award. This is the first year that we've done it, and Westford is actually, due to poor planning on our part, we actually started it in the middle of the year. So instead of having 12 award winners, we actually have 6. They're the 6th award winner this year. I'm here today to present the Westford Police Department with our Police Department of the Month award for December for their commitment to enforcing our drunk driving laws, and also their commitment to preventing drunk driving and underage drinking. So I would like to present this to you guys and congratulate you, and furthermore I'd also like to just thank you for a job that I think, in my experiences of working with police departments, has always been thankless. And I always tell people, when you're driving down the road and you see a police car on the side of the road or side of the highway, the first 2 words that go through your head usually aren't thank you, but they certainly ought to be. The work you do is thankless, it's dangerous, and it's life-saving. And at MAD, we appreciate that, so I'd like to give you guys this award and congratulate you and thank you very much for all that you do.
David, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The Mothers Against Drunk Driving Massachusetts chapter was looking for nominations for local police departments and investigating what types of enforcement and education efforts that they've been making within their own communities. About a month ago, we had submitted an application just explaining what our enforcement and education efforts have been. And we were fortunate enough to be selected by MAD to receive the December MAD Police Department of the Month based upon all the efforts that the police department's made over the course of the past year and over the course of the past 10 years, really. We went back that far for our statistics, and I think that we've done a really good job here in Westford of educating the public and having that marriage with the enforcement aspect of operating under the influence laws, and all the way down to the education in the high school and middle school levels about the dangers of drugs and alcohol, and then not just the dangers of those, but then coupling those with operating a motor vehicle.
For anyone who has like one drink or is drinking, what would you say to them today?
Consider having a designated driver. As I don't want to throw out generalities, but if you have, depending on your size, if you have one drink with dinner with your family, usually you're going to be okay, but everybody tolerates alcohol in a little bit of a different way. If you're going to have more than one drink, you need to have somebody else drive. It's once you have more than one drink within an hour or so that it really starts to impair your ability. Even that one single drink, though, depending on how much sleep you've had, how your body processes alcohol, and other factors, can increase its potency, especially interactions with prescription medications. And again, like I said, sleep, prescription, there's a lot of different factors that go into it. So everybody needs to know what their tolerance is, and really kind of, if you have one drink, you need to consider before you drive how you feel. And if you have more than one drink, I would always suggest that somebody else operates a vehicle for you.
Thank you so much for your time, Captain Chambers.
Thank you.
For WestfordCAT, I'm Andrew Sylvia.
In 2013, there were 64 drunk driving arrests here in Westford. We'll have more data from 2014 as it becomes available. It's basketball season for kids here in town, and CSA Graphics and NAB-NASIT printed 1,000 free jerseys for the Westford Youth Basketball Association. CSA's Gary LaValle says he had so many sponsors, he eventually was turning them away.
I had all the team sponsors within 3 weeks. I had to turn away sponsors towards the end. So it was pretty good. Worked out good. It worked out good for the customers. It worked out good. Worked out good for the companies. Worked out good for the kids. And everybody seems happy about it.
If you have a great video of your kids playing in those jerseys, let us know. You can email the WestfordCAT news team at news@westfordcat.org. We'll try to get all your future highlights on the show. Coming up, Jody Ross with the Town Manager's Report.
I'm Jody Ross, your town manager here in Westford, and I'm here to provide you with an update on different things that are going on in the town. I'm pleased to tell you that Standard & Poor's recently reassigned us at a AAA, which is the highest rating they can assign to a municipality, in the release of some bonds that we just did. And there were many reasons that they cited for giving us this good rating. One is a very strong economy, and we do benefit from our position with the Boston metropolitan area. But also our strong budgetary flexibility, our reserves, our financial policies and procedures that we have in place. And basically just a strong management environment that we have. So we're pleased with that outcome, and that helps reduce our borrowing costs, excuse me. An exciting thing going on in town, we have a group called Westford Remembers Memorial Fund, and they've been seeking donations, and they're putting up placards on historic buildings in town with information that tells about the building and the original owner and so on. And this is all being coordinated by one of our firefighters, Dave Christiana, who's very talented. He's the artist who did the 911 memorial that we have. But you'll see these popping up on historical buildings in town, and I encourage you to stop and read them and appreciate the historic significance of these signs. Also, he is coming to the selectmen very shortly to talk about doing a statue to honor our Jonathan Minot, who was one of the Minutemen, and he came through our what we call Minot's Corner, which is Boston Road and 110, and he wants to design and erect a statue to honor him. So stay tuned for that information. I'm pleased to announce that our own Westford Police Department has won again the award for the Mothers Against Drunk Driving award for the month, and it's for their efforts on stopping operating under the influence drivers in our community. So we're pleased. And also one of our officers won the Gold Award for traffic safety, and that was Officer Musiak, and they named him AAA's Traffic Safety Hero of the Year Award. So that's very, very good. Lieutenant Herbie Cody just retired from our police department after 35 years on the department, and there was a gathering to celebrate his retirement, and we wish him well. And Billy Stone is a firefighter who's actually been working for us for 42 years. He is retiring very shortly, and he will be honored at an upcoming selectmen's meeting. The selectmen just voted to start a 3-barrel limit on trash. Right now there's a 5-barrel limit, so that will go to 3. They are encouraging people to replace their trash cans when the trash cans wear out, you lose them, whatever, with a 32-gallon barrel instead of 50. It's easier for the trashmen to lift it, and of course does help us encourage recycling. Good news is they are actually lowering the price of the bulk sticker, which is currently $10. As of February 1st, that'll go down to $5. So if you want to dispose of a couch or a chair or a big article that won't fit into your trash cans, your sticker will only be $5 at the town clerk's office now. So you can learn more about that on our website, westfordma.gov, under the trash recycling tab. Other things going on, National Grid is going to be going around town replacing gas regulators, which are the little meters on the outside of your house that tell us how much gas you use. And if your gas regulator needs to be replaced, they will notify you, put a sticker on your house or whatever it is with a phone number if you need it, because they will have to gain access to your house to replace that, but they will set up an appointment. So the annual town meeting is coming up. It is scheduled for March 28th, and we are now reviewing all the budgets. Thursday nights, the Finance Committee and the Board of Selectmen go through the budgets with me. It's all televised. All the budgets are online. I encourage you to take a look at them. And the budget is in good shape this year, but certainly there's always questions that we go through. So that's a bit of the highlights. So I encourage you to go to our website, subscribe. You can get the notices in the mail or through your email. You'll know of when our meetings are. You can watch most of our meetings on streaming video. It's a way to keep informed and know what's going on in your town. So thank you again, Jody Ross, Town Manager, signing off for this week. Thank you.
What exactly is an essential oil? There was a presentation with Helen Fu at the J.V. Fletcher Library recently, and Andrew Sylvia has more on the story.
Westford resident and Chinese herbalist Helen Fu recently held a seminar on essential oils, natural aromatic compounds found in plants that have been used in medicines in various cultures for thousands of years. The seminar was held at the J.V. Fletcher Library to a crowd that seemed to find Fu's presentation both informative and surprising.
That was great. It was very interesting. I liked learning about the oils. I'm always into looking for ways to not have to take medicine or medication and to do stuff more naturally.
Fu says that unlike in Western medicine, Chinese medicine focuses more on root causes than symptoms, and that the use of essential oils can help attack those root causes, creating preventative remedies for health issues.
There are a lot of different ways you can do it. So from aches, pains, indigestion to anxiety, depression, insomnia, you name it. Basically, the essential oils, there are so many different essential oils and they have different healing properties. And when you blend them together, then you create a lot of other ways to treat different things. So basically, I would say, yeah, pretty much anything you can think of, we have the natural remedies and we have the essential oils that will be helpful.
For WestfordCAT, I'm Andrew Sylvia.
More information on Sustainable Westford Winter Series is available at sustainablewestford.org. Emily Benson of the Fashion Truck in Westford stopped by. I had a chance to talk to her about how to keep your skin and hair looking good during the cold winter months. Let's take a look. Hi, George Cox here for WestfordCAT News. We are introducing a new segment. Tell us who you are and what you're doing here today, the people at home.
I'm Emily Benson, and I'm starting a segment called Fab Minute, Fashion and Beauty Minute, where we talk about fashion tips and beauty tips.
Which we all need. I know you have some products here, so why don't we start with what you have over here?
Yeah, so I have trouble with my hair in the winter. It's either too dry or it's too oily.
Me too.
So I brought some good solutions.
Okay.
The first one is a hot oil treatment. So this is really good if you have dry ends. It locks in that moisture and it just gives you a silkier look to your hair.
Okay, okay.
And dry shampoo kind of does the opposite. So if your hair is too oily at the scalp, adding dry shampoo is definitely going to help you absorb the oil from your scalp so it lasts all day. So if you go to the salon and you get a blowout, this is a great way the next couple days to spray it on, brush it out, and your hair will still look great.
Now, when you say dry shampoo, is it like when you go to the grocery store, like for dry hair, we'll say for dry hair, is that what you mean?
Well, so dry shampoo just refers to the fact that it's like a powdered form of shampoo.
Okay. So not the kind you put in the shower. It's like a...
It's after. So you put it on dry hair.
Okay.
And it's just like a powder. It's almost like baby powder, and it just absorbs the oil right from your hair and gives it a fresh, clean look. So
Nice.
it's like you took a shower, but you don't have to tell anyone that you didn't.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, so another problem in the winter is everyone has dry skin. So,
I know I do. I get really itchy after, during the winter months, I get really itchy, so.
Well, and especially with the low temperature, we have a lot of low humidity also, right? So you could use a humidifier in your house or even just boil water on the stove. That's gonna give more humidity in your household.
Okay.
But if you really do have active dry skin, you wanna exfoliate first. That's gonna get all the dry skin off. So you wanna start with some kind of sugar or salt scrub and just really work it into your skin and rinse it off. Your skin's gonna feel a lot smoother and it's gonna be prepped for then adding moisturizer.
Okay.
So any kind of sugar or salt scrub you can use on your body. On your face, you might wanna use something a little more high tech. There's these great products, macro exfoliators, and these have these wonderful diamond tips.
Okay.
So George, you could use this on your skin to help clear off dead skin cells and prepare it for, again, moisturizer or product.
Now, I have a blackhead problem. Would that help with blackheads too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Cool.
Exfoliating absolutely will help.
Nice.
So once you're exfoliated, then you want to move on to moisturize. So you've gotten rid of all your dead skin cells, your pores are prepped and ready to get moisturizer. So one of my favorite grocery store finds is coconut oil. Coconut oil is an awesome option. It's super, here, let's try some on your hands.
Sure.
Here we go. So we just rub it right in. It might feel a little bit greasy at first, but it smells great.
Can you make pina coladas with it?
You could. We should after this.
Okay.
You just
it's
rub
nice.
it right in.
It's
it
nice.
feels great. And, you know, this costs anywhere from $4 to $12. And again, it's available right at the local grocery store.
It's really nice.
Love coconut
That's going to help
oil.
my dry skin, yeah.
Absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely.
Amazing.
And of course, you know, you can go and buy any other kind of moisturizer on the market. Make sure that it's, you know, made for winter skin. But again, exfoliating, then moisturizing, perfect combo for when you feel like you have dry skin.
Now, what about taking a lot of, like, I know it's so cold out. I love taking a hot shower, but a lot of people tell me, like, you know, you really shouldn't be taking a hot shower.
Definitely not in the winter. You know, anything that is hot and it's just gonna really pull all the moisture out of your skin. So you really want to focus on taking a low temp shower in the winter. And once you jump out of the shower, don't fully dry off. Put on your moisturizer and lock in all that water that you just showered with.
Okay.
That's another great tip.
Nice. So remember, folks, when you cool water out of the shower
Cool
and
water.
a nice moisturizer, maybe some coconut oil.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Nice.
So,
And what else do you have here?
I have two more products. They're really for, I know that my energy drops off a lot after Christmas and New Year's. So what I like to do.
The winter blues.
Winter blues.
Yeah.
The winter white skin is really what it is. So for me, I love to go ahead and use some self-tanner. So exfoliate, moisturize, throw on some self-tanner. There's great products that are either towels, which are easier to apply. That's for kind of the novice level. And then there's spray tanner. Any kind of spray tanner, you know, you want to get out of the shower. I would stay in the shower to spray it on. And then pro tip, use a hair dryer to dry it evenly. And then I go ahead and I usually do it before I go to bed, because then I can sleep, and in the morning I wake up and I look gorgeous.
Now, what about me? I'm really pale, so I'm afraid that
use a spray tanner. So you could get a lotion that has tanner in it that gradually adds a tan to your skin.
Right, because you don't want to look like Paris Hilton orange. I know you see people who use too many tanners and they look like so on fair skin. You got to look for the right tone.
Totally something that you want to look for. And again, like I said, these are major self tanners. You can easily get one that's included with a lotion, and that will just gradually add a little bit of color to you every time you use it.
Nice.
Super simple.
Awesome.
And then I love in the winter to make sure that my vitamin levels are on track. I make sure to take my multivitamins. Vitamin D here in the Northeast, we all have a deficiency. So taking anywhere to 5,000 to 10,000 IUDs a week is really going to help boost your energy levels. And even taking a B12 vitamin in the morning, that's going to really kick your day off. You won't even really need coffee if you go.
Now, would that be in a
B12.
regular multivitamin too? Because I know I take a men's multivitamin. Would that have all those vitamins
You would have
in
to
it?
check,
Yeah,
and I would definitely say if
Check
you're
for
feeling
vitamin.
really, really low energy, go to your doctor and get your levels checked, because I know a lot of people have gone and they get put on even prescription vitamin D because their levels are so low. So make sure that you keep up on that vitamin D while we don't have the natural sunlight around this winter.
Awesome. Well, tell us what about, you have a store here in town?
I do.
Or-
I have a
okay.
store called The Fashion Truck on Main. It's right on Main Street, and I sell women's apparel and accessories. So I'm excited to partner with WestfordCAT to talk more about fashion and beauty, because that's what I do. So.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank Emily for being on the show today. And if you want some more fashion tips, just follow our website, and thank you for being on the show.
Thanks so much, George.
All right. Lowell General Hospital recently gave a demonstration of its Da Vinci robotic surgery device at its campus on Littleton Road. While the device isn't available in Westford, it's frequently used nearby in Lowell.
This device helps us do more minimal invasive surgery effectively. Not only work for general surgery, has been used for gynecology and urology already. So they basically help us go to very tight space to help us do surgery more effectively using smaller incision. Most of general surgery already using laparoscopic procedure already means using a minimal invasive, smaller incision to do the surgery. But our instruments do not have the risk and this also has a better 3D vision on the console, so we can see the tissue better for surgery standpoint.
More information on this device can be found at davincisurgery.com. Here's Rekha Sharma with this week's health tip.
Hello everyone, I'm Rekha Sharma, back with a new health tip for WestfordCAT News. So today I'm going to talk about ginger. It is also called gingiber officinale. So let's learn the benefits of adding ginger to your diet. It is anti-inflammatory, anti-vomiting, anti-asthmatic, anti-cancerous, and it also helps to reduce your muscle cramps and pains because of its analgesic properties. So take some ginger in your diet to boost your respiratory tract, and it is also helpful in reducing gas and helps to boost your entire digestive system if taken in normal amounts. So add some ginger to your diet to get the benefits. Thank you. See you next time with a new health tip. Back to George.
Each month, the Skinny School here in Westford holds an event where small business women gather to network and talk about health topics. The Ladies' Night event was held in December, but it had something extra for the holidays. Andrew Sylvia explains.
Recently, the Skinny School took its regularly monthly open house and transformed it into a fundraiser for the Loaves and Fishes food pantry.
I actually heard from local business women around the area. They've been using Loaves and Fishes for a while, so I decided, you know what, I'll contact them and see if they'd allow me to help them, and they were really excited to do so. And they gave me everything I needed, a list of all the products that they needed most of, and just logos and everything. So they've been great, and they appreciate it too.
While the open house had a festive holiday theme, its regular features drew in newcomers like Ann Lozo.
I wish I lived closer because a very, very nice gym. I walked in there and it smelled clean. I don't think I've ever gone into a gym and not smelled gym. So if you live close, you should come in and check it out and you know, meet some new friends and a lot of nice people in there.
For WestfordCAT, I'm Andrew Sylvia.
You can learn more about the Skinny School online at their website at myskinnyschool.com or at their studio, which is located in the Gateway Plaza on the corner of Littleton and Powers Road. The Board of Selectmen ended 2013 with a look at a new policy regarding payment for ambulance rides. In 2002, town meeting voted that the town should never charge residents or those with hardships for ambulance services, with insurance companies footing the bill. However, some residents with high insurance deductibles have run up against obstacles. Others have been reimbursed directly by insurance companies, leaving other taxpayers to pay the bill. Fire Chief Joe Togg worked with the Finance Committee to create a new billing policy for ambulance users. Everyone agreed that residents who are directly reimbursed by insurance companies should pay back the town, although there were some discussions on other points.
Since the Finance Committee did not vote that way, we voted on this option. And at our last meeting, when we had this discussion, there are a myriad of things that probably could be amended as we go through time. And since no one on the Finance Committee is a billing expert as it relates to health insurance, the discussion was, let's put forth something that's maybe 90% better than what we have today. And as we go through time and as we learn some things that we might want to add or delete or slightly amend, that we do that over time, as opposed to trying to correct for every possibility for which the laws, both federally and state, are going to change constantly anyway. So that was the decision.
According to Town Budget Director Dan O'Donnell, the lack of formal policy had been costing the town approximately $60,000 to $80,000 a year up to this point. A temporary policy was approved, and a permanent policy will go before a town meeting in March. Westford's Red Hat released its third quarter earnings report in December, announcing $456 million in quarterly revenue. That makes 51 straight quarters where Red Hat has beat its quarterly earnings estimates. It also marks 10 straight quarters where it's seen more than 10% quarterly revenue growth. The news sent Red Hat stock shooting up to a 52-week high of just under $70 a share, the highest it's been since the stock split in 2000. Neshoba Valley Ski Area recently announced that it will be sponsoring a young member of the U.S. ski team. Here's Andrew Sylvia with more on the story.
The road to the Olympics is long, but Neshoba Valley Ski Area helped one young member of the U.S. ski team on her way to the gold. 20-year-old Vail, Colorado native Catherine Irwin has received a headgear sponsorship from Neshoba Valley Ski Area, a vital part of fundraising she will need to continue moving forward with her career. She came to Neshoba Valley Ski Area on January 4th for the official announcement and for a chance to meet with younger competitive skiers.
Because these kids, it's fun for them to have a role model, and it doesn't take much to spend a little time with the kids, but when it's in the middle of the ski season, it's very hard for a U.S. ski team member to be able to take time out of their busy schedule to come all the way to Neshoba Valley to spend time with these kids from our Neshoba Valley Ski Club.
For WestfordCAT, I'm Andrew Sylvia.
Ever wonder what it was like to produce your very own TV show? Well, right here on WestfordCAT, we teach you how to use our cameras, field production, and studio production. And I'm one of the teachers. If you'd like more information, you can visit our website at westfordcat.org. For all of us at WestfordCAT News, we'd like to thank you for watching. I'm George Cox. We'll see you again next time.